So good morning. Good morning, Simon. Brilliant. So we will start in Shabasana. So lying flat back on your mat. We'll start now in another couple of seconds. We'll just do a small bit of relaxation just to check in with the body this morning and see how we're feeling. And then we will move in then to a nice stretch and flow, and we'll really open up the hips this morning, the shoulders, the full body, ready for the day ahead. Brilliant. So I have a few on there. So when we're ready, we'll come back to our mat and we'll lie flat back in Shavasana. So get yourself somewhere nice and comfortable. And we'll get ready to begin. Brilliant. So Friday morning. So we get a nice open up of the whole body now this morning. So lying flat back onto our mat. Just allow your shoulders, pull them down away from the ears. Let the arms out by your sides. So let the arms relax out by your sides. Give a little wriggle to the shoulders to let them relax back. Just give a little twist to the ankles and the wrists. And then let the feet just fall out to the side. Let the palms face up towards the ceiling on the hands. Let the fingers just come to their own natural curve. And then just start to allow the body now to relax and sink back, just switch off, just so we can check in and see how we're feeling this morning. Notice anywhere then that we're carrying any aches or pains, any tightness in the muscles, and then we'll just be mindful of those areas then as we move through the practice. So we'll come back to a short Shavasana then at the end, and we'll notice how the body feels different after we've opened it up and moved and stretched. So for now, just in our Shavasana, as always, our challenge is to stay as still as we can. So resisting the urge to move or to fidget. So switching the body off with the mind awake and alert. So trying to keep the mind here in the present this morning. So try not to dwell on what we have to do for the rest of the day. For the moment now, this is time just to switch off, time out for yourself, and as always, feeling content on your mat in the fact that we have nothing to do and nowhere to be now for the next while. So we'll start our body scan. So just feel and notice the back of the head against the mat. Again, just check in with the mind. So the mind will never be fully quiet. So just as the thoughts come into the mind, just acknowledge them and then just let them pass. So just staying present by following through with my voice. Then bring your attention around to the front of the face. No expression needed now for now. Let the eyes just fall back. Gently unclench the jaw. And just allow the face to relax. Moving down and then into the shoulders, down through the neck, into the shoulders. Let the shoulders sink and melt back into the mat so then the arms can gently start to relax. So any tension we might be holding on to in those shoulders, on the next gentle exhale, just imagine that tension escape. Scan down through the arms, into the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. Moving down then into the rib cage. Just notice the rib cage gently rise and fall with the breath. Let the breath come to its own flow for now. Down into the lower back and the belly. So as always, especially checking in with that lower back, how it feels this morning. The belly, noticing if we're holding onto any feelings, and again, gently on the next exhale, if we're holding on to any feelings, just gently let those feelings escape in the exhale. Moving down then into the hips. So notice the hips now, if they're holding on, they're quite like the shoulders. They hold tension, but they also hold a lot of emotion. So be very mindful of that. We're going to do a good few hip openers this morning. So notice how they feel now, and then we'll come back and notice how they feel at the end. Let the big glute muscles at the back relax. Scan down through the legs. The big muscles at the top, front the quads, back the hamstrings, down into the knees. Feel the calves against your mat. Scan down through the shins at the front, and finally the ankles and the feet. So our whole body now is switched off, weightless and relaxed. And as we lie then there nice and still, just start to bring your attention to our breath. So full deep belly breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. As we breathe in gently but fully, direct that breath down into the belly. Feel the belly rise against your clothes. And then slowly as you exhale, feel the belly fall. Feel the belly button fall back towards the mat. Feel the rib cage drop down and empty all the way up as far as our collarbones. And then nice and gently begin again. So slow the breath down. Bring in that 4 parts of the breath. The inhale fully is part 1. Pause, feel the body filled with air, part 2. A slow, gentle exhale, part 3. And then pause and feel that empty space, part 4. Brilliant. So just do 1 or 2 more of those yourself. Really follow the breath, follow as it goes down into the belly. Feeling the 4 parts, feeling the belly fall then with the exhale. And before we start to come back into movement stretch, just feel very grateful and thankful that you took the mat out this morning. Feeling grateful for the movement that we have. So keeping the eyes gently closed and the body still, just start to notice all the noises around us. Start to feel the energy run through the body without any movement. And then keeping the nice calm, relaxed feeling to bring the smallest bit of movement to our fingers and our toes. Take a nice big deep breath in and we'll stretch the arms all the way up overhead. So point the fingers and point the toes. Take a big long deep breath in, stretch as long as you can. And then as you exhale, just let everything relax. Brilliant. So from there then, we're just going to hook the 2 knees back in towards us and just get that nice rock from side to side. So massaging out either side of the spine. And then we'll come in then to our first posture, a nice hip opener then to start. So finding stillness now in this stretch. So we're going to hold the right knee in the right with the right hand. The left knee with the left hand, hold the shoulders down away from the ears, and then with the right knee, we're going to guide it out and up in the direction of the right shoulder, and then guide the left knee out and up in the direction of the left shoulder. So just holding here now, try not to pull too hard. The hips, it's first thing in the morning, so they'll be a little bit tight to start. We'll come back to this one again at the end. So now as the knees are out and up in the direction of the shoulders, notice that the tailbone will start to lift. So gently try and lengthen that tailbone all the way down to the mat. Let the shoulders relax back. So think of a long line now down from the crown of our head all the way down to our spine to the tailbone at the bottom. And let's just direct our breath down into the hips and the groin. So big, full, deep breaths of fresh air down into the hips. And then as we exhale, getting rid of all that tension, And letting the knees just gently fall apart, just micro movements, finding the stillness. So feel the power of the breath. When you let the breath get rid of the tension, feel and notice how much the hips will open that little bit more. Brilliant. Then very gently from there, bring the two of them together, and then we'll just stretch out the legs from here. So we let the left leg relax down all the way to the mat. We're going to stretch and lengthen this right leg, so just get the backs of those hamstrings moving. So we're going to hold here in the back of the hamstring below the knee. We're going to take a big deep breath in. Stretch and lengthen that heel all the way towards the ceiling. Point the toes back behind the head. As we exhale, then let the knee bend and relax. Let the foot fall towards the floor. Same again, slowly. Big deep breath in. Stretch and lengthen. Feel the full back of the leg lengthen. Exhale, bend and relax. And one more. Big deep breath in all the way up and stretch. And then we're going to hold it here. We're going to get some mobility in the ankles for the day ahead. So we're going to point the toes towards the ceiling. Feel the stretch there on the front of the shin. Then press the heel towards the ceiling. Feel it all the way up the back of the leg. Then we're going to draw circles on the ceiling using the toes, keeping the leg nice and steady. All the movement now there coming from your ankle. Brilliant. So we'll feel and we'll hear the cracks first thing. Then go to the opposite direction. So keep the leg nice and steady, drawing the circles on the ceiling again. Brilliant. And then from there, just point the toes back. Nice and slowly we'll creep and walk the hands up along this right leg. Bring the nose up towards the knee. Try and relax into the posture a little bit further using the breath. Brilliant. And then very gently from there, massage this right leg all the way down to the mat, and we'll swap to the left. So stretch and lengthen that left leg all the way up towards the ceiling this time. So big deep breath in, stretch long, push that heel towards the ceiling. Exhale and relax. Same again. Big deep breath in. Slowly does it. So nice and slowly feeling the full back of the leg stretch. Exhale, relax, and one more. Big deep breath in. Stretch all the way up. Push that sole of the feet all the way towards the ceiling. Holding the leg then again there, nice and steady. We're going to draw circles on the ceiling again using the toes. So feel the ankle open and move. So important. Probably spend most of the day in shoes and go the opposite direction. So important to move the ankles on their own. Brilliant. And then pointing the toes back behind the head. Nice and slowly creep and walk the hands up along the leg. Bring the nose up towards the knee. And again, gently relax. Using the power of the breath to let that hamstring open a little further. Perfect. Then nice and gently massage that leg down. Then from there, we'll do a small bit of a core movement, stretching the hips at the same time. So we'll bring back the right knee in, hug it in tight into the chest. Stretch and lengthen this left leg long onto the mat, but keep it hovering off the ground if we can. If it gets too much, leave it down. So from there then, engage the core, bring the nose up towards the knee, relax the shoulders down away from the ears, and then nice and steady. Big deep breath in, hold that knee in tight. Then as we exhale, draw the belly button in and swap sides. So nice and slowly hook that knee in tight, and then hold the core strong to swap to the opposite side. So we'll do a couple of those. So you're hugging the knee in tight, getting the stretcher in around that hip, and we're engaging the core to swap the leg. Feel the energy right to the toes as you stretch the opposite leg out nice and long. Draw that belly button back towards the spine, so getting that core switched on for the day ahead. Brilliant. Nice and slowly we'll do one or two more. Leave the head down if it gets too much. All the control coming from the core. Last one. Brilliant. And relax. Hug the two knees in. Give yourself a little massage side to side. Brilliant. Then from there, we'll plant the 2 feet onto the mat. Let the arms down by your sides. And then nice and gently from there, keeping the shoulders on the ground, let the knees rock and fall from side to side. So just open up that lower back and the hips. Brilliant. Just nice and gently let the knees fall side to side. Brilliant. And then from there, we'll come up into our glute bridge and open up the shoulders. So we're going to take a nice big deep breath in. Plant your feet, so your feet and your knees are hip width apart. We will do 2 or 3 breaths where we're slowly peeling up and down off the mat. So start from the bottom vertebrae down at the bottom of the hips and the pelvis. Take a big deep breath in and slowly start to curl your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Come right up onto the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, slow and steady, start with the top. Slowly start to curl your spine one by one, all the way down, and feel the tailbone, the lower back press in at the end. So same again, nice and slowly fill that belly with air. Full deep breath in through the nose, all the way up to the top. A little pause, squeeze the backs of the glutes on. And as we exhale, nice, slow and steady, peeling vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down to the mat. We'll do one more, come all the way up. And this time again, we'll come up and hold and we'll open out those shoulders. Palms are flat to the mat. We're going to move the arms as one. So big deep breath, open the arms all the way back. Bring the backs of the hands to the mat behind. Keep the hips in a fixed position. As we exhale, come all the way forward and plant the hands down by your sides. Brilliant. We'll do 2 more. Big deep breath in. Open the arms a little wider. Brilliant. Exhale, come all the way back down by your sides, keeping the hips in that fixed position. And 1 more. Open those arms right back wide. And exhale, come all the way forward. Plant the hands down by your sides. We're going to hold here our glute bridge. We're going to do 1 round on our single leg, just to switch those backs, those legs on. So place all the way through your left heel. Take a big deep breath in and bend the right knee in towards your chest. Stretch and lengthen that right leg up towards the ceiling. So really switching on that single left glute on its own. So as you breathe in, stretch and lengthen this right leg a little longer, and exhale, squeeze up through that left glute. So just do 1 or 2 more breaths. Keep the hips squeezing up, feeling all the strength through that left leg. And then nice and gently bend the right knee in. Keep the hips up if you can. Reset if you need. Press all the way through the right heel. Big deep breath. Bend the left knee in and stretch and lengthen that left leg up towards the ceiling. So again, keep pressing up here now through this right glute. Breathing in, stretching that left leg long. As we exhale, squeeze up a touch further. Brilliant. And just 1 or 2 more breaths. Stretching the leg long, squeezing up through the glute. And bend it down and relax. So nice and slowly from there, peel vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down towards the mat. So from there then we're going to stretch the legs out nice and long. We're going to do our core move where we peel off the mat and we're going to come up then into our forward fold. So if you need help, use your hands at the side of the mat to help us up. And if we can, then heel ourselves up off the mat. So we'll take a big deep breath in, stretch the arms all the way back overhead. Then as we exhale, start to peel. Head, shoulders, use the hands by your side if you need. Peel ourselves all the way up, come up into a long, tall position. And then from there, fold from the hips, stretch the arms all the way long. So it might be a little bit stiffer first thing in the morning. So tuck the chin in, stretch all the back of the neck. Exhale a little further as the space becomes available. Fold that chest down towards the thighs. Then we'll take a big deep breath in from here, and as we exhale, we're going to come all the way up. Start to peel ourselves, vertebrae by vertebrae, curl that spine, resist the fall all the way down to the mat. We'll do 2 more. So big deep breath in at the bottom. As we exhale, peel head, shoulders, pull that belly button in, nice and slowly peel ourselves up, sit tall. Big deep breath in as we sit tall. Find those sit bones and exhale, fold. Tuck that chin in, get right down, all down the back of the neck, lengthen the spine long from the sit bones. Wherever the hands land is perfect for you. And then as we exhale, nice and slowly curling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to the mat. And we'll do 1 last one. Big deep breath in at the bottom. Exhale, peel, head, shoulders, vertebrae by vertebrae. Sit tall from those sit bones. And exhale, fold forward. Brilliant. Tuck the chin in. Perfect. Feel the stretch. Lengthen the arms long now first thing. And then nice and gently, 1 by 1, peel ourselves all the way back to a seated position. Perfect. So from there, then we're going to come around into our cat-cow position. And then we'll just open up that spine. And then after that, then we'll do a nice few hip openers from there. So into our cat-cow position. So hands are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. So all the movement coming from the spine, keeping the arms and legs nice and steady. So as we breathe in, the belly button falls. We lift the chin and the tailbone, get a nice arch in the lower back. As we exhale, then gently press through the hands. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the shoulders all the way up towards the ceiling. Same again, big deep breath in, draw the shoulders back, lift the chin and the tailbone, feel that nice stretch on the front body. Exhale, peel all the way through, really round those shoulders, tuck the chin and the tailbone, and we'll do another one or two more. So move now at your own pace. Exhale all the way through, brilliant. Do one more. Let the belly fall, lift the chin, the tailbone, feel the spine move a little freer on each one. Brilliant, and then nice and steady, come back to the center when we're ready. So from there then, when we come back to the center, we're going to bring our right foot up outside our right hand. So we're going to line up the hand with the foot, line up the knee with the shoulder, and then from there then, make sure that the hips are sinking forward. So open up those hip flexors. Then we're going to lean all our weight onto that left hand. So the free hand, get the right hand out onto the right knee and let it fall out to the front. So then sink the hips forward and take a couple of breaths here. Brilliant. So twist your torso round to face that right knee. Feel that right knee fall out to the side. Don't push, just guide. And breathe deep down now into the hips. Brilliant. Just take another breath or two here. Perfect. Keep letting the hips sink forward with each exhale. Then we'll come back here to the center. From there, then you can leave the back knee down on the mat if you haven't done it before, or if you're struggling. And otherwise, then tuck the toes under and lift that back leg out strong. So from there, then right knee, right hand, open up to the right hand side. Big deep breath in. Open wide, look right up into the fingertips. And as we exhale, twist around, rub the right elbow right down the inside that right ankle. Let the right knee fall out. Same again, big deep breath in, open nice and wide. Keep the back leg locked out. Exhale, rub the elbow right down the inside of that leg. And one more. Big deep breath in, open that chest wide. And exhale, rub right down the inside of that leg. Brilliant. From there then, stay down nice and low, keep the knee falling out, bend the elbows down a touch more, and then nice and gently let the back knee drop down, flatten the foot, and steadily we'll swap sides. So come back to the center, nice and gently this time bring the left knee up outside the left, or the left foot up outside the left hand. Again, sink those hips forward, line up the hand with the foot, the knee with the shoulder, so get this nice long front shin. Sinking the hips forward, leaning all the weight on the right hand this time. Nice and gently then, let the left hand out to the left knee, twist the torso, round to face. And again, close the eyes if you can. Focus on the breath. Focus on sinking those hips forward, letting the knee fall out each time. Brilliant. Perfect. Then from there, when you're ready, come back to the center again. Leave the back knee down if you need. We're going to tuck the toes under, stretch and lengthen out that back leg if we can. All the way down the right hand, left side, left hand, left knee. Big deep breath, open, nice and wide. And as we exhale, rub the elbow right down the inside of the knee. Let the knee fall out, elbow to the ankle. Same again, slowly. Big deep breath in, open that chest wide. Exhale, rub right down the inside of that leg again. Perfect. And one more. Big deep breath in, open wide. Perfect. And exhale, rub right down the inside. Hold it down there again. Bend the elbows down a touch just to sink a little deeper. And then drop that back knee down. Perfect. From there, let the knees out nice and wide to the edges of your mat. Bring the big toes together and push and press yourself all the way back. And let yourself drop down into that Shabasana, child's pose. So think of a hand on your lower back, pressing you all the way back. Creep the fingers out nice and long. So stretch now either side of the rib cage. So think of the top rib and the bottom rib being pulled apart by stretching the arms long. Brilliant. And then from there, when you're ready, come back up into your all fours position, and then we'll come up into our downward facing dog, and we'll come up then into a nice long forward fold. So into our downward facing dog, we'll widen out the fingers onto the mat, we'll tuck the toes under, take a big deep breath in, and then as we exhale, press through the hands, start to lift the hips high, push that chest back in to meet the thighs. Lift the tailbone high to the sky, length through our spine. Knees are soft, heels are going the direction of the mat. We'll come up onto our tippy toes and pedal out one heel at a time. So getting that nice long stretch right down the back of the calves, the Achilles. Bring the opposite knee right in towards the chest each time. Brilliant. Now from there, nice and slowly, we're going to walk the feet all the way up in to meet the hands and come into your first forward fold. So we come into ragdoll. So feel all the strength up through the backs of the legs, fold the arms, and now give the shoulders a little move. Switch that upper body off. Shake the head, yes and no. So let that upper body fall. Feel the release now in the lower back of the shoulders. So we're in an inversion here. Head is below the heart, so take your time. Give a little sway to the hips if that feels good. Let that upper body now just drip to the floor. And then very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, start to peel yourself up to a standing position. Let the shoulders roll back and down. Brilliant. So when you're ready, then we're going to step up to the top of our mat, and we're going to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. And we're going to go through a few rounds of our sun salutation A, okay? So getting the full body, blood flowing in the body, ready for the day ahead. So we're going to plant those 2 feet onto the mat. Start to now press your big toe and your heel into the mat. Lift the instep of the foot. Draw those kneecaps up towards the hips so the legs are nice and strong. Get the hips into a neutral position. So we have no arch in the lower back. So into neutral. Engage the core, so pull that belly button back towards the spine. Then we're going to roll the shoulders back and down. Give a little stretch to the neck. Palms facing forward, so standing in a tall Tadasana mountain pose. So then close the eyes if you can. And just start to breathe and feel how strong we feel in a tall posture. Think of a string at the top of the head, pulling and stretching us long up towards the sky. Brilliant. Then we'll move slowly to our first round. So from here, we'll take a big deep breath in, sweep and open the arms all the way up. Look up into the fingertips, a little back bend, bring the hips towards the front. Then as we exhale, the 2 hands are apart. We're going to tip from the hips. Fall forward into that Uttanasana forward fold. Let the upper body drip to the floor. Next breath, inhale, look the hands just up along the shins. Bring the hands towards the shins and then think of a long back, long leg. So the legs are long. Draw those shoulders back so you have a nice long back. Bring your gaze towards the front. Next exhale, slowly rub the 2 hands down either side. We're going to take one big step back with one foot, then the other follows, and we come into this plank position. Drop to the knees straight away. If you have any wrist or back trouble, hands are directly below the shoulders, head is looking in between the hands. From there then, lower yourself down in chaturanga for your advance. Lower the knees, otherwise keep the hips high. Lower the chest and the chin in between the arms, and from there then flatten down. Feet to the mat, glue the elbows in. Then we're coming up into our cobra on the next breath, slowly. Big deep breath in. Just start to peel ourselves up. Elbows tucked in. Be nice and careful. It's first thing in the morning. From there then, tuck the toes. Exhale. Press back through the hands. Set the feet and lift up into our downward facing dog again. So length again through the spine, folding that chest. Back to meet the thighs. Breathe deep into the belly. Feel the strength in the shoulder by pressing that head through. Brilliant. And then on the next exhale, bend the knees slightly, look towards the top of the mat. Take a step or 2 or however many you need to come up into that forward fold again. Let the upper body relax. Big deep breath in again. Stretch and lengthen. Look right up into the fingertips. And we go second round. So from there, exhale, tip from the hips all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long back, long legs. Exhale, 2 hands down. Stepping back on one foot, the other follows. Into that plank position, hold strong. Hands below the shoulders. As we exhale, chaturanga or else knees, hips high. Chest and chin, lower down. Flatten ourselves to the mat, elbows glued in. Big deep breath in. Up and sweep into that cobra. Chest to the front, roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press through the hands and lift up. Downward facing dog. Length through the spine. Fold the chest back to meet the thighs. Head press through. Keep lengthening that spine with each breath. Lift the tailbone. Think of a string. Drawing that tailbone up towards the sky. Folding the upper body and the lower body together. Brilliant. Next exhale. Bend the knees slightly. Look to the top of the mat. Step or two all the way up into that forward fold. Let the upper body relax. I'm going to do one more round. Big deep breath in. Sweep and open. Look right up. A little back bend. Exhale. Tip from the hips. Feel the body now flow. Inhale. Halfway lift. Long back, long legs. Exhale. 2 hands down. Stepping back with one and the other. Into that plank position. Hold strong. Last plank. We hold it for a breath or two. Draw that belly button back towards the spine. Brilliant. Next exhale, roll onto the tippy toes, go chaturanga or lower, chest, knees, chest, chin. Flat to the mat, plant the feet. Big deep breath in, up and sweep into our cobra. Brilliant. Chest to the front, roll the shoulders back and down. Next exhale, tuck the toes, press and lift. Final downward dog, come up onto the tippy toes, pedal out the heels. Bringing that knee in towards the chest, dropping the heel to the mat. Good. Perfect. And then slowly walk the feet this time all the way in to meet the legs or the hands. Lift that tailbone high. Let the upper body go. Fold the arms into ragdoll if you wish. Give a little sway to the hips. Brilliant. And then slowly start to curl vertebrae by vertebrae and letting the head come up last. Come back, stand with the feet together. Stand in our Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms facing forward. Take a couple of breaths here, standing tall, back in neutral. Breathe deep into the belly. Full deep breaths again. Brilliant. And then on the next breath, just take your time, open the eyes. Then we come down, just cross the feet and come down into a seated position on the mat. Then we're just going to do one spinal twist, and then we just finish off just scanning through the body. Brilliant. Perfect. So when we're ready, just plant the 2 feet at the top of our mat. We'll slowly bring ourselves down. So roll the shoulders back and down, find the 2 sit bones, bring the hands out by our sides, chest, heart center towards the front, big deep breath in, stretch that spine long, and as we exhale, tuck the belly button in, slowly start to curl, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down to the mat. Take your time, and when we come down then, just hug the 2 knees in, give yourself a nice little rock from side to side, and just like we started, we're going to do that hip opener. Notice if it feels any different. So let the shoulders roll them down away from the ears. Left knee, left hand. Right knee, right hand. And then guide the right knee out and up in the direction of the right shoulder. Bring the left knee out and up in the direction of the left shoulder. And let that upper body relax down. Just use the hands just to gently guide the knees. Don't pull. And lengthen that tailbone again now long. So notice any changes we might feel. Direct the breath again down into the hips and the groin. Brilliant. Full deep belly breaths, lengthening that tailbone long. Take another breath or 2, just find the stillness. Brilliant. Brilliant. And then nice and gently from there, bring the two knees together. Plant the 2 feet down onto the mat. Let the hands out by your side. Relax the shoulders and gently let the knees rock and fall from side to side. Brilliant. Just opening up that lower back. Then we're going to let the left knee fall all the way to the side. Lift the right leg and plant it up on top. So the knees now, let the feet go. They're out to the left-hand side. Widen out the arms. Twist and turn your head to the opposite direction. So knees are out to the left. Turn the face to face out towards the right. Try and keep that right shoulder on the mat. Direct the breath now down into the lower back. Full deep breaths. As you exhale, let go of any tension in the lower back. And then very gently from there, unravel. Go to the opposite side, so let the left or the right knee fall. Lift the left leg and plant it on top. Twist the gaze to face out towards the left. So the knees are out to the right. Head is out to the left. Get a nice spinal rotation. Close the eyes again. Brilliant. Then very gently from there, come back to the center and nice and steady. Let the legs stretch out. Get yourself comfortable. Come back into that final posture. Shabasana. And we just do a nice body scan to scan down through each part. So get as comfortable as you can. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Slightly tuck the chin so the neck is nice and long at the back. Let the feet just fall out to the side so the hips don't have to hold the legs. Hands facing up towards the ceiling. Let the fingers just come to their own natural curve. And just take a moment now to slow the breath down. Let it come back to its own natural rhythm. Don't try to control it, but you can follow the breath. And then as we scan through the body now, just allow each part to relax into the mat. Notice how you feel now at the end. So firstly, bring your attention and your awareness to the feet and the ankles. Imagine a nice warm, healing light shine on the feet. Then feel that nice light move and shine up through the calves and the shins, into the knees. Feel it move up along the back of the hamstrings at the back that we stretched and lengthened, through the quads at the front. So feel those legs now just fall into the mat. Moving up, feel that like nice warmth shine all around the hips and notice how they feel. Let those big glute muscles at the back let go, let them relax. Moving up then into the belly and the lower back. Feel a nice warmth on your lower back, shining through to the belly. Moving up into the chest and the rib cage. Feel the shoulders at the back just sink back into the mat. Scan down through the arms, the elbows, the wrists. Feel that nice warmth shine on the palms of your hands. Then moving up through the back of your neck. Feel the head heavy on the mat. Notice if the mind is quieting down now a small bit, ready for the day ahead. And finally, feel that nice warmth just shine on your face. Let the eyes just fall back into their sockets. Gently unclench the jaw. And just feel yourself weightless and relaxed. Just follow the breath for 1 or 2 breaths. So again, feeling grateful that we took the time out to roll out our mat. Just start to now notice the noises both inside and outside of the room where you are. Start to feel the energy through the body. Bring that little movement back into the fingers and the toes. Nothing sudden, bring that nice calm, relaxed feeling with you through the rest of the day. Let the head rock and fall from side to side. And then taking a nice big deep breath in, we'll bring the arms all the way up overhead. Give yourself a good long stretch. Stretch the fingers, stretch the toes. Brilliant. Then use your right arm as a cushion. Just roll over onto your right hand side. Stack the hips and stack the knees. Just stay there for a moment. Brilliant. Then take your time to press yourself up. Come up into a seated position. Cross-legged easy pose. Brilliant. So find a nice tall spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Brilliant. Just give a stretch to the neck. So bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Let the right shoulder drop down. Brilliant. Come back to the center and go to the opposite side. Back to the center. Then take a big deep breath in. Stretch and lengthen the arms all the way up overhead. And then as we exhale, bring the 2 hands to prayer position and all the way down to heart center. Brilliant. So thanks so much for joining in. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good weekend. Namaste. Brilliant, guys. Thanks so much. Perfect. See you, Simon.